to a title shot in sharing the ring with Bud Crawford?
I don't know, but Vergil, you know, he's right there. You know, he's right there. You know, he's been proven that he belongs with the top fighters in the division. And, you know, who knows, a couple of fights or next fight or whatever the case may be, he might be sharing the ring with Terence Crawford. You never know.
Victory, you know, he just beat Canelo, you know, the face of boxing, so that makes Canelo, I mean, that makes Crawford the face of boxing at the moment. And he earned the right to fight whoever he want to fight.
Terence, if you come to 154, is there a chance? Was that the conversation you had?
Basically, I just said, hey, are you going to...
Terence Crawford responded to Vergil Ortiz's call-out by giving the young contender his respect. Crawford acknowledged Ortiz as a talented, rising fighter who has been proving himself with every performance. He spoke positively about Ortiz's growth and said the kid definitely has the tools to compete at the highest level. When asked directly about accepting the challenge, Crawford kept things mysterious, hinting that the future always holds surprises.
I'm ready to fight whenever. I'm here to fight anybody. I don't care if it's Crawford, Spence, Pack.
Vergil Ortiz came forward with confidence, openly calling out Terence Crawford. He said he wants to face the absolute best in the sport, and names like Crawford are exactly what motivate him to sharpen his skills and rise to the elite level. Now settled into 154 pounds, Ortiz expressed full belief in his power and development, making it clear that he's chasing big-name opponents next.
I don't care who it is. It can be Loops next, it can be Spence next, it can be Crawford next, if he's still willing to do it. Because, you know, that's a fight that I've been calling for a while. I think that's a great fight to make happen still. And we're just going to keep doing what I do.
Ortiz spoke even more boldly when asked whether he could beat Crawford. He declared that even if Terence Crawford were still in his absolute prime, he believes he could defeat him. Ortiz explained that he studies Crawford closely and respects everything the champion has accomplished, but he trusts his own power, timing, and speed. For him, confidence isn't arrogance, it's the result of years of work, especially since moving up in weight. His comments sparked heavy debate among fans and analysts because Crawford is widely regarded as one of the top pound-for-pound fighters of this entire era. Still, Ortiz insists Crawford is not unbeatable, claiming he sees openings others have missed. The statement has fans questioning whether the young star can truly match the skill and experience of a proven legend.
Crawford, Spence, or I guess you can say the winner of Spence or Fundora. Charlo's is a good one. Who else we got at 54?
You want to fight Terence Crawford right now?
I would love to fight him, man. I think he's like probably the #1 pound-for-pound fighter right now.
Do you think he's out of his peak?
No.
Or is he in his peak now?
I think he's in his peak.
And you're saying you could beat a peak prime Terence Crawford?
I'm saying I believe that I can.
I respect it 100%.
I believe that I can. No, I respect him as a fighter, though. That's the thing. When I want to fight people, it doesn't mean that, oh, I don't like you. Like, let's get it on.
After Ortiz defeated Israil Madrimov, many immediately began comparing his performance to Crawford's earlier fight with the same opponent. Terence Crawford shut down the comparison, saying Ortiz may have won, but he didn't dominate. Crawford pointed out that Madrimov wasn't as sharp or conditioned as he was during their matchup, implying Ortiz didn't beat the same version Crawford faced. His tone was calm but firm, reminding fans that while Ortiz is talented, Crawford's IQ and precision are what separate him from everyone else. The comment reinforced Crawford's belief that he still operates on a different level.
He was more prepared for my fight. If you watch him, he was winning the fight, and he gassed out.
Oh yeah, that's true.
He gassed out, and he said from, I don't know what type of sickness he had.
So condition-wise, he wasn't as prepared.
Yeah, that he had to pull out the first fight and come back. I don't know, but Vergil did good. He put a lot of pressure on him and, you know, fought a good fight. But you could tell that he didn't leave unscarred. You know, when you look at the faces of both fighters, you would have thought Vergil lost.
Oh, okay. I did hurt his hand. His knuckle was broken. I don't know if you've seen him. Like, Vergil.
Yeah.
Ortiz, yeah, he had a broke hand. But he said he didn't know anyway. He didn't feel it throughout the fight.
It was a good fight. I thought Madrimov was doing too much moving.
Right.
You know, in the beginning rounds, which that was getting the rounds in the bank, but at the same time, he was exerting too much energy.
How do you feel about when people say, because Eddie Hearn said it, a few people were saying it, that you moved up to 154 and you didn't have the success that you had in all these times. So they're thinking it's because of the weight, when I'm saying it's the style. Majimov wasn't trying to commit as much, and you hurt him, he never hurt you.
Right.
So how do you feel about everybody saying that?
Well, I laugh. I won the fight. They making it seem like I lost.
Well, Eddie was like, no, I think that night in August, he was like, no, I don't know about that. I think, no, Eddie was, I believe Eddie was saying that.
Eddie was complaining about the scorecards. Nobody said Majimov.
Eddie was saying that it was closer than that. Maybe Majimov could have won. Like, he was saying, I think he was. I think he was.
He's trying to get you mad.
Crawford's next major move is officially set. He will face Carlos Adams on March 28th in Omaha, marking his first step into the 160-pound division. Crawford has stated he plans to stay at middleweight for at least 1 or 2 fights, hoping to secure another title and become a 3-division undisputed champion, a historic feat. Adams is known for his toughness and stamina, making him a challenging introduction to the division. This new chapter raises big questions about whether Crawford will ever return to 154 to face names like Vergil Ortiz or Jaron Boutsenis. For now, Crawford is focused on adjusting to bigger opponents and proving that his skill set carries through every weight class. Many experts believe that if he succeeds at 160, his legacy as an all-time great will reach a whole new level.
Because they all understand that Terence Crawford can drop down to middleweight after defeating Canelo in September and becoming the undisputed super middleweight. Terence Crawford can now drop down to middleweight, 160, right? And become undisputed at 160 with 1 to 2 fights. 2 fights max, right? He'll be 39 years old in September. 2 fights Terence Crawford can become undisputed, max, at 160. He could fight Carlos Adames in March. And then he could fight the winner of Lara versus Jenovic in the summertime, August, right? And this gives Terence Crawford the history he needs to 1,000% cement himself as, in my opinion, it's all opinionated, but this just cements Terence Crawford as top 5 greatest boxers in history, in my opinion. It cements him as top 5 greatest boxers in history because this will make him this will make Terence Crawford a 6-division champion and 4-division undisputed champion. That's what that makes Terence Crawford. That's historic. That's absolutely historic. And if Terence Crawford can pull that off, becoming a 6-division champion and a 4-division undisputed champion, that's massive, right? In my opinion, those accomplishments in the fashion that Terence Crawford wins these fights, he's not just winning. When he beat Errol Spence for undisputed, he dominated and stopped Errol Spence in a manner not many people saw coming. When he fought Canelo Alvarez, he did exactly what I thought he was going to do, dominate that fight, make it look easy.
For years, fans believed Ortiz had been offered the Crawford fight twice by the WBO and turned it down. Ortiz strongly denied those rumors. He said he never received any official offer at all, and if he had, he would have accepted immediately. Ortiz expressed frustration that false stories spread so easily and emphasized that neither he nor his team ever ducked Crawford. He reiterated the huge respect he has for Crawford's career and said fighting him would be a defining moment, not something he'd avoid. His comments cleared up a long-standing misunderstanding among fans.
I wanted to see that fight you against Terence Crawford, you know, when he was at welterweight, and obviously you couldn't stay at that weight class. But then he moved up. Was there ever a point where the Terence Crawford fight was a reality, like a real offer, like real negotiations going back and forth, or was it never that close?
It was never that close, man. So, you know, I know a lot of people say that the WBO president said that we turned on the fight. I never got an offer. I wouldn't have said no. I would not have. I wanted that fight so bad. I mean, I'm not the type of person to say, I want to fight this guy and keep pushing it and then get the opportunity and say no. There are fighters like that. I'm not like that.
Yeah,
you know,
we believe that.
I would have said yes, but.
What about your trainer, Robert? Have you ever had a conversation with him about the Terence Crawford fight?
More with my dad.
Okay.
More with my dad. You know, there were some days where he'll be like, you beat him if you fight like this, or if you fight like this, you don't beat him. Yeah, he would tell me. No, he tells me the truth. He tells me the truth. If you fight him like this, you beat him. Other days, you're not gonna beat him like this.
You know, you might not remember, but when we had our show, I believe it was called Sweet Scientist at the time with The Zone, and we had you on, and you were one of our first guests, and I asked you about Crawford, and you was like, nah, not yet, I'm not ready. You know, that was humble. No one really speaks like that. Now, you was ready for him maybe about 6 months later, but still you were humble enough to say that. Do you remember that?
I don't.
You know,
no, I don't.
Hell no, you can't.
No, you got him everything.
Jaron Boutsenis, another top contender at super welterweight, also expressed interest in fighting Crawford. He recognized that after Crawford's win over Canelo Alvarez, the veteran became boxing's biggest name, meaning Crawford now controls when and where he fights. Ennis praised his achievements but made it clear he's ready whenever Crawford is. He said he doesn't chase fights out of desperation but understands that facing Crawford would showcase his abilities against one of the sport's best technicians. After Ortiz's recent victory, Ennis entered the ring and exchanged respectful but competitive words with him, instantly generating hype for a future showdown. Ennis currently holds the WBA super welterweight title, and he previously hinted at wanting a major fight before his bout with Erickson Lubin. Seeing him and Ortiz face off after the fight gave fans hope that one of the biggest potential matchups of 2026 could become reality.
I think this is one of the best American fights that can be made.
Sure.
And with all due respect to everyone else around the world, I think it has to be in America.
Sure.
Right?
It gotta be. I feel like you gotta do this one in the States because everybody wanna see it. Everybody go. I think it's a pay-per-view fight, you know, and I think everybody will pay to see it, or everybody will come out to come see it wherever it's at, whether it's in Vegas, you know, Madison Square Garden, wherever it's at.
What's your obviously you love it in Philly, but I don't think it'll be Philly, right?
No, absolutely.
Okay,
It's not gonna be in Philly. Yeah.
So where is the ideal spot for it? What deserves to host this fight? Which venue in your opinion?
To me, either anywhere in Vegas, so like the T-Mobile Arena,
yeah,
or maybe go old school MGM.
Oh man, I love the MGM.
Or we can go Madison Square Garden.
Okay.
I think Madison Square Garden would be crazy as well. You know, that'd be, you know, historic as well. So either one.
There aren't enough big fights at the big MSG.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about the theater.
No, I'm
Theater's
talking about
cool.
the big one.
Yes,
I'm talking about the big one. That's why I say I always wanted to fight at MSG anyway. So, you know, I like how it looks in there. It's really
incredible.
nice. You know, when they have fights and stuff in there. So, for me, it would be either the T-Mobile Arena or take it back. We can go old MGM, or we can do, you know, Madison Square Garden.
Do you think he would say yes to MSG because that's kind of a home game for you, right? That's so close to Philly.
I mean, I feel like he has a deep fan base, you know, and I feel like all his fans and stuff will come. If it was to be in New York, I feel like they all will come. You know, he got a good fan base. I got a good fan base. I feel like it'll make for a great fight. Who don't want to come to New York?
Oh my God. There was a time where MSG was holding all these big fights, and now I feel like, you know, every couple of years we get one. We got Taylor Serrano.
Yeah.
Prior to that, it was, you know, Brooklyn's cool and all, but we got to go back to the Mecca. Mecca is the best. I would absolutely love that. In your perfect world as well, he fights November 8th. How soon could we get this fight? You obviously didn't get hurt in your fight, I would imagine, right? 72 seconds?
Yeah.
Unless something happened?
I mean, it depends on how his fight goes. You know, if he's in a war, maybe we'll see. Maybe April, you know, March, April. You know, if not, if he make quick work of it, who knows? We could be back in there sooner. You know, so it's all for real. It's all up to how him right now, because he's the one that has a fight. You know, hopefully he doesn't get no cuts, no broken, you know, hands or anything, or anything hurt on him. So it's dependent on him at the moment.
The other two options, of course, Sebastian Fundora. And I think Xander Zayas.
Yeah.
What I'm hearing is there is some interest from MSG to have you versus Xander Zayas at MSG. Are you hearing this as well?
I'm good, whatever. That's what I can't wait, man.
You want all these guys?
I'm really.
I like these options for you.
I'm really about to show y'all. Like, I'm about to run through these guys. I'm about to run through these guys and show y'all one by one. Like, this 154 really mine, and I'm gonna shut everybody up. I can't wait. I hear the little chatters and all the little.
What do you hear? What's bothering you? What are people saying?
It's just little.
They're questioning you.
They questioning, and it's cool, and I love it. They're not doing that, but like adding fuel to the fire.
Yeah.
And it's gonna make it worse each and every time. Whoever's stepping in the ring with me.
Seeing what Terence did not that long ago, did that give you motivation? Because it feels like for the longest time people were questioning him, doubting him. He wasn't getting the big opportunities, the big fights. Do you see yourself in his journey a little bit?
Former world champion Tim Bradley voiced skepticism about a potential Ortiz versus Ennis fight. Bradley suggested that Ennis's team might avoid the fight for now due to the risk involved, preferring to wait for a bigger payday or better timing. His comments triggered debate. Some fans believe Ennis would fight Ortiz immediately, while others agree that building the fight longer could be smarter. Regardless, Bradley's remarks added more fuel to an already heated rivalry.
You come up, you got that Benz now, you know what I'm saying? Back then they didn't want you, now you hot, they all on you. Yeah. This is one of them situations right here. Where it's like, oh, back then you didn't want me. Now I'm hot, now you all up on me. Man, did you see Boots? How he jumped up in the ring? I didn't know if that was Boots or Rick Ross. I was like, damn, is that Rick Ross in there? Like, all the jewelry he had on and everything. I'm like, who the hell is this dude? Is this the grown-up version of Boots? Because I ain't never seen all them chicken chains all over my man, blinging, blocka, bling, and all up on his chest and everything. I ain't never seen that before. I'm like, this dude got a new persona. Is this the killer Boot? This is what we've been waiting on? Because I'm sitting there going, this is...
Promoter Eddie Hearn discussed the behind-the-scenes challenges in making Ortiz versus Ennis happen. He said negotiations have been difficult because both sides believe their fighter deserves the bigger share. Hearn explained that Ennis's team insists he's the superior boxer, while Ortiz's camp demands recognition for his record and growing fan base. While the matchup could be huge for boxing, business disagreements and scheduling conflicts are slowing everything down. Hearn even claimed it might be easier to arrange Crawford versus Ortiz right now than Ortiz versus Ennis. His comments highlighted how complicated major boxing deals can be even when both fighters want the fight.
Right, this is not, there's nothing but respect from us, but we just know we win. And, it's not for us. Once you start hearing things like, we're the A side and we want 10 million and we want, what does Boots, it's like, what? Guys, Ortiz has never been a world champion. Great fighter. Boots has been world champion, he's been a unified champion, but neither of them are world champions now. They're just the top two fighters in the division. So if you truly believe that you're the best, make the fight, and it'll be really interesting to now see if they truly believe. Because the fight's there, the fight's done, the money's there, the pay-per-view's there. I mean, it's a massive fight, but you can find an excuse if you don't want to do it. So we'll see.
And obviously we saw the fighters face off, and we know you want the fight, the fighters clearly want the fight. And you mentioned the $10 million mark by Rick Merigian, I believe his name is, the manager of Vergil Ortiz. Do you see it as an obstacle? I mean, is it a real obstacle?
If you come out with
Ortiz recently addressed Crawford's weight situation. He said he doesn't think Crawford will return to 154 pounds because his body has fully adjusted to the higher divisions after the Canelo fight and his current middleweight run. Ortiz respects the decision but admits it makes their potential fight harder to schedule. He also made it clear that he isn't waiting around, he plans to keep taking big fights in his own division. Still, Ortiz believes that someday the timing might be right for him and Crawford to share the ring. Right now, talk surrounding Ortiz, Crawford, and Ennis shows just how exciting the future of the upper weight classes has become. Ortiz's hunger, Crawford's veteran strategy, and Ennis's rising ambition are creating one of the most competitive eras boxing has seen in years.
He's not coming back to 154. I spoke to him. This is my first time saying on media. I spoke to him, and he's not going to come back to 154. He's going to fight his two last fights and retire. And you know what? I respect it because he's been undisputed at 140, at 147. Get your money and get out. I mean, what else do you have to prove? You know what I mean? So it's just like, it's...
That wraps up today's video. Stay tuned for more. Until next time.